Unreal Engine is leveling up game design again with version 5.5. Let's check it out.
Thank you, Simon. Hey, Victor.
Hey, everyone.
Let's jump right into it.
Oh boy. I know that these are like nerdy techie guys. They're super smart, whatever, and they're putting on a show, right? They're here to showcase the stuff, right? But man, it could be a little bit less cringe, just a little bit.
When we look at where to take Unreal Engine in the future, we start with the user, asking ourselves how the tools and the tech get out of their way as they bring their ideas to life.
And man, Unreal Engine is good at that. They have gotten better and better at doing that. They just make everything so accessible now. Anybody, any Joe Schmo off the street can make a game now. It's crazy. And I think that's a good thing. That's really necessary. For games to move forward, I think it needs to be able to get into more people's hands to make games. And especially with AAA developers not really doing so hot these days, we need more indie developers. We need more single A, double A studios to make games. And this is the way to do it, I think.
One challenging limitation for our creators has been the cost of shadow casting lights. To that end, we've developed new technology that enables artists to use orders of magnitude more and higher quality light sources than ever before.
Okay.
Let's take an early look at this new feature we're calling Mega Lights. And who better to guide us through this experience than our intrepid explorer from Lumen in the land of Nanite, Echo. Let's see what's up ahead, Victor.
Wow.
Always something new to discover.
Wow.
Before we get into the details of Megalight,
What the heck, man? Look at this. Just look at it. Okay. The plates, the pottery, the little ornamentation, the trellis, the planks over here, the lighting, and just the shadows, and the little shadows being cast on little things. Man, look at the bells. Look at the shadows on the bells and the lighting. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It is stunning. This is incredible. They really are just leveling things up. I do think there's going to be a plateau at some point. I don't think they can keep leveling things up graphically forever. I think there is a point where you get as close to photorealism as possible, and then you can't go any farther. But man, they keep doing their best.
I first wanted to talk about this environment. Built using a suite of brand new assets from the Quixel Megascans library, we've also partnered with Kitbash 3D. They're an awesome resource for 3D models and materials. You can soon find many of these assets on our new...
Look at this. Just look at this. I mean, this looks so real. If I didn't know any better, I could say that I just paused a video of a real life like clip, some sort of, I don't know, History Channel thing or something where they're checking out some old, I don't know, whatever. But this is just incredible, man. Absolutely insane.
New Fab Asset Marketplace, if you want to use them in your own projects.
I think that's so cool. Especially if they're offering these assets for free. I think that's awesome that they do that. Man, those assets are going to be insane for people. You can just make this whole setup yourself, build a whole world and level starting with this if you want. That's so cool. That is really cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I got to see this again. Watch the door. The light on the door. All the little intricacies, the little nubbins or whatever they are, and the shadows being cast off of them. It just looks so good. It looks so amazing. Man.
Moving on, let's talk Megalights. Unreal Engine is at its best when users can express themselves without technical constraint. Like Nanite did for triangles or Lumen for global illumination, Megalights removes limitation in a whole new category: direct lighting and shadows. Take, for example, these textured area lights, considered the gold standard of offline rendering.
Man, and it's so true. They really are removing all of the kind of obstacles to development here. I mean, they just make it so easy. Like these tools like Nanite and like this Megalight system, it just makes it so easy for a smaller developer to have really high graphic fidelity games. It does make it a little tricky for us as the consumer because we see something with really high graphic fidelity and we think, oh, it's on par with other games. It might be good. And then if the game design is bad, it's still going to be a bad game, right? So that does make things a little bit trickier. It muddies the waters a little bit for us as the consumer. But, I mean, we just have to be discerning. We have to pay attention and just see if it's a good game. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious from a gameplay trailer if a game is good or not.
Here they are, in real time, spilling vibrant color into the scene, casting soft shadows, and illuminating the environment in a way artists simply couldn't have done before.
I think he's saying... So I'm pretty sure he's saying that these were pre-rendered before. So like me, this is my reference as a content creator, right? So I go into Premiere Pro, I cut together my video, right? And then render it out so I have one complete video to play for you, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying, that these would have been before. And now it's in real time. So these objects, everything is being shown real time back there with the lighting and shadows and everything. That's insane. And it's insane that there's no performance drop either. I mean... This is just mind-boggling, guys. He's on a PS5, they're getting at least 30 frames I'm seeing, It's not like super choppy or something, so it's not affecting performance insanely to have it like this. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, clap.
And a whole new tool in the creator's toolkit is huge. But that's not the only way Megalights makes things better.
Okay.
Let's see what's next.
Yeah, let's see it.
Hey there, little guy. Who are you?
Are they ripping Astrobot? What's happening right now?
So it looks like Echo has found herself in quite an interesting marketplace here. It's just about to open for the day.
Okay.
Let's turn on some of these shop fronts and see what's for sale. There's something...
Boom! Look at that. Wow, okay. Look at the detail there. That looks cool.
missing, though. The scene, it's flat. It's undefined.
Okay.
Let's turn on shadows, but not just for a few important lights, for every single light in the entire view.
No way. No way. Why? Why is this... How? Like... How do they keep doing it? How do they keep doing it? Unreal Engine, man. That's impressive. You got to, that's impressive right there. That's so cool. I mean, just the level of intricate shadowing detail is just so cool. And lighting and just like the little picturesque table setting right there with the candlelight and everything. It's just, wow. Wow, the neons and how bright they are and the reflection. Oh man, it's so cool. So cool.
From these main shop fronts to the screens, the display.
The arcade. Oh, that's so sick. Oh man, that brings back memories. It makes me feel like a kid just seeing all this lit up like that. That's so cool.
The flickering oil lamps, string lights, candles, signs. We're free to use whatever lights we need to tell our story and bring this beautiful environment to life.
Wow. I mean, we are really getting close to photorealism, guys. I mean, it's really almost there. Like, it really is. Certain stills, certain shots, if you just freeze frame, right? If you just pause, it really can look like you're just pausing a video of real life. It really does sometimes. It's just crazy where we're at with games.
Now, the density of light sources you see here, it's extremely high.
Wow.
And this is what you get when artists are working playfully, without limitation.
Wow.
Okay, let's go back to the scene. Victor, let's go further. Let's activate all these animated drones and robots. Over 1,000 individual shadow casting light sources in this view alone.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Like little fireflies.
All of these lights, they're movable, dynamic, scattering through the volumetric fog.
I look at this and I get the same feeling as when I first went to New York City. Looking at Times Square and seeing all the lights. I get that same feeling. It's that impressive. The glows, the movement, the shadows, the detail is just, it's so cool, man. It's so cool.
And Megalights handles this impressive scene without missing a beat.
Wow. Crazy.
As we continue on, it's worth mentioning that removing these limitations around light count and shadows, it doesn't just apply to point and spotlights, but to area lights as well. Megalights enables artists to use area lights as freely as they would any other light source.
Okay.
Now, whether you're using textured area lights, light functions, crisp shadows, or lovely soft shadows, you can have huge numbers of lights of any type in what.
Look at this. Look at the combination, right? The skylight, these rotating lights with this geometric pattern of shadows being cast, and then the floor lighting and the reflections. It's just layer upon layer upon layer of just insane levels of detail and fidelity that is just, it's just mind-blowing how good it looks now. We're really almost there to the photorealism.
Whatever configuration works best for your scene.
Wow.
Now, as we send Echo off on her next adventure, we should mention performance. What you've seen here is running live on a PlayStation 5. Megalights is included in UE55.
Wow.
It's an experimental feature in 5.5, and you can also check it out on the expo floor if you want a closer look at all the pretty pixels.
Dang! Look at this. Oh, man.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Simon.
Wow. That was crazy, guys. That was crazy. How do they do it? How do they keep doing it? Man, Unreal Engine, absolutely insane. So like I said before, I do think there is going to be a plateau. I think it's going to reach a point where we can't progress graphics any further. And then they're probably going to have to start focusing on performance mostly. Like, how do we get it so buttery smooth that it really does feel like real life, right? That there's absolutely no frame drop, and you everything is so crisp and smooth always that it really feels like real life movement. I guess that would be the next step, because yeah, you can't make it more real than real life. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get to that point. It's gonna reach a plateau, and then there's not really much more they can do graphically, and then it's gonna be about performance, I think. But this is just insane, man. Really, really cool what they're doing in Unreal Engine. Just leaps and bounds, man. And it's just, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. We're so close already to photorealism. How can they improve? I want to see. I'm really curious to see what they do next. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.